What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rick Scale RC. Thanks for joining me. Today, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the process, well, my process of what I'm doing with these 3D printed parts. Alright, so, when I get these things, what I like to do, and not on all of them, like I said, his parts, and I don't know if that's just the nature of the 3D print. I'm not real familiar with it. Don't have a lot of 3D printed stuff. The stuff I got from Voodoo is, pretty much my first real, my first 3D printed parts, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to get out there. But, yeah. So, what I'm doing with these is I'm using a 600 grit. And, I'm sorry, not 600, 60. 60 grit sandpaper. And, just the real rough spots, I'm just hitting it. Nothing crazy. It doesn't need anything crazy, so you don't have to really go nuts with it. I just noticed after painting that one, I can still see some of the lines, so I'm just going to put in some extra effort on this one and do some extra sanding. So, I'm pretty much done. As you can see, it's all scuffed up, and I have been sanding on it. So this is pretty much done. And then from there, what I like to move on to is I have this little cool thing. And I've seen other guys use these. It's nothing new. They've been out for a while. But I really like it. It comes in handy. If you buy the little kit that it comes in, this is the bottom half of the package, but it comes with a 4, a 1000, and a 1500 grit. And then they just Velcro onto the bottom there, just like that. So, pretty cool. And then it's like nice little foam handle. So, then I'll go over it. And basically what I'm doing with this 400 is I'm smoothing out the 60. The 60 gets all the big stuff knocked down quicker than sanding forever with this, but will tend to leave some sanding marks or some sanding grooves in it. So once I'm done with that, I'll just lightly go back over again with this 400, and then you can pretty much call it at that. I don't feel there's any need to move on to anything finer than the 400. You can by all means, but I don't. I guess it also depends on what you're working on. Some stuff you might want to hit it to get it. I guess like if you were building a 3D printed body, you would want that smooth before you hit that with some paint. So I could see you definitely upgrading sandpapers to finer grits to getting it, just to get it super nice. But the 400 will help get rid of all the 60 grits sandpaper marks. And another thing you can do, it's not necessary on this, but you can use a file. You can hit this with a file and clean up your edges. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call that. Feels good, looks good. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut you guys off because we're going to take a walk. I showed you the sanding process. The next step I like to take is I hit it with some primer. And I do some heavy coats just to try to fill in the grain and the grooves that come along with the 3D printing. So here it is, still black. We're going to load it up with some gray primer. And then we'll start getting it detailed. First thing I think I'm going to start with is the white. So, alright, I think we got a good coat of the white on. And it still may need another coat. It's looking a little blotchy. So, I mean, if it's blotchy after priming it, you guys can just imagine what it would be like if you didn't prime it. You know, you'd be brush painting this thing till you were blue in the face. So, that's our first healthy coat of white. And I know I got it on some things, but it's okay. It'll look good when finished. Sorry. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, if you don't have one of these tools, go get yourself one. When you squeeze it, opens. Let it go, it holds itself shut. So and then what I like to do is stick it in the vise. Alright guys, I'm going to give that a little bit of time to dry, and I'll catch back up with you. Alright guys, I'm back. As you can see, we got a nice coat of white on there. Super happy with it. Piping. Okay, and last but not least, time for the final color. What's up, guys? I'm back. Just finishing up a Bull Gear RC video. If you guys haven't already, definitely get over there and check out his channel. He's doing some real cool things with a Jeep JK. He's building that thing into being a monster. Okay, so thanks for sticking with me and watching the process of me painting this 3D printed chainsaw. Just wanted to show you guys what I was doing with them, and hope it helps somebody out there. I told you guys it wasn't going to be anything too crazy. I just wanted to, you know, share what I was doing with them. Thanks to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I got something coming up, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care.